Hello, my name is Thomas Green. I'm 37 years old, and I have been overweight my entire life. Both sides of my family have also been affected by obesity. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see myself as overweight. I think I see an athlete, someone who's driven to run a marathon. I want to rock climb. I want to do many different things. So I want to watch myself lose the weight to 230 pounds or less. That's my goal. That way I can do more things with my life. I'm ready for the challenge. I frequently present to the deaf community through lectures, workshops, and trainings. I'm a certified QPR, Question, Persuade, Refer, Suicide Prevention Gatekeeper trainer. I'm also a certified deaf self-advocate trainer. With both of these credentials, there are many things that I can do in presenting to various organizations. This is important to me because my knowledge and intelligence aren't things that I just keep to myself. I tend to share them with the deaf community. And this is real crucial to the deaf community because they need access to the information of the world. There are so many impediments to communication out there. Something as simple as watching YouTube videos that just don't have any captioning. Or there are English subtitles with prodigious vocabulary that requires a lot of analysis. So it's easier for me to take the information and present it in ASL. I really enjoy doing it, but most of the time when I'm done presenting, my legs hurt, my feet hurt. If I'm standing for 2 hours or longer, I just have to grab a seat and sit down and rest my feet for a while. When I stand for a long time, my feet hurt a lot. I have a lot to offer, but I have a lot of things standing in my way, namely my weight. I need more strength and diligence. That way I can stand for 2, 3, 4 hours or longer. There was one time when I presented an all-day workshop and I would stand up and present and then sit back down and do that over and over again. I was laid up the next day because my back hurt, my feet hurt, my legs hurt. It just took a long time to heal. When you're looking for important information on the internet, I recommend 2 different websites you can use, either www.google.com or www.bing.com. Look for information that has subtitles. Hello, welcome to the Deaf Community Center, DCC. I work here once a week every Friday from 9 to 4. And basically, the things that I do include keeping the place clean, setting up the conference room, checking people in, sitting here at the reception desk, making sure that everything looks nice and neat. So I work here every week on Friday. I've volunteered here at the DCC for many years. We serve the deaf community, and now I'm beginning to collect a lot of information that I can share with deaf and hard of hearing people here in the St. Louis area. Really, as a volunteer, I frequently feel like people are looking down on me or judging me, internally criticizing me, and really, don't judge me based on my weight. Judge me based on my character, what it is that I have to offer, not just my body, not just my intelligence, just what I have to offer. That's what I want. Oftentimes, when I go ahead and engage myself, I'm opening myself up to face countless criticism and judgment. It's the same situation when I find myself resistant and uncomfortable to accolades and gratitude. I don't want that recognition. I'm just Tom. So I struggle with that. Standing up in the spotlight for whatever reason. So there are available opportunities out there that even though I may not be comfortable, I really do want to lose weight. I need to put my fear aside and be ready to expose myself to judgment and criticism, but also recognition and distinction. The Deaf Community Center is not the only place that I volunteer. I'm involved with many other organizations. Today, I'm involved in 3 organizations. the Deaf Community Center as a board member. I also volunteer there. Second, the state-level organization, Missouri Association of the Deaf. And third, the Greater St. Louis chapter of the Missouri Association of the Deaf, which is on the local level. So those are the three organizations that I'm currently involved with. A while ago, I worked with the University of Missouri Healthcare System as the person who sits on the Patient and Family Advisory Committee, the National Association of the Deaf, and many others. Also, I'm involved with many Facebook groups that focus on the advocacy and improvement of the deaf and hard of hearing community. So that's my inclusive portfolio for encouraging the promotion of the deaf and hard of hearing community until this world improves on removing these barriers. Since I was 13 years old, I've been an advocate for working hard on changing policies and laws. My first experience with advocacy was when I contacted Senator Danforth around 1988 or 1989. I asked him to please change the military policy so that deaf people could enlist in the military. At that time, I was 13 years old, and I was trying to figure out how I could best lose weight and develop my own discipline, and I thought it was the military, but they told me no. I became really depressed about that. So I began thinking about how I could move on with my life, as I also gained more weight and became more frustrated. So since that time, I worked for a company that paid me to fraternize with legislators while advocating. I really enjoyed this work. It was in the Missouri Capitol, and I also went to Washington, D.C., where I sat down with representatives and senators and educated them about deaf people, deaf culture, and deaf issues. I really enjoyed this kind of work, and I'd like to continue it. I'd like to focus on having an inclusive community where everyone is involved. And it starts with one person. It starts with myself, taking care of myself and improving my health, so I can also take care of my community, so we can work with each other to reach out to the crucial players to change the policies and laws, improve lives, and break down the barriers so everyone can live in harmony. I've been heavy my entire life. I've never been thin. At the age of 8, I began gaining weight, and as I continued to gain weight, I was told that nobody would ever be interested in me romantically. I didn't believe what I heard. No employer would ever want someone your size. They were wrong. They didn't understand my pain. They didn't understand that I had to eat to bury the pain that I didn't want to feel. I dieted successfully, but I would gain all of that weight back. My weight yo-yoed until I no longer lost, and all I did was just gain. I went clothes shopping for my high school graduation. I couldn't find anything that fit at the store. I had to order clothes from a magazine. I wore a size 52 pants and a 3X shirt. I had to give a speech at the graduation and realized people may not pay attention to what I said due to my size. I was recently employed as a system change advocate, a job I really loved. You see, I've been an advocate since the age of 13, when I began asking senators to make changes to legislation. In my recent job of 2 years, I spent a great deal of time advocating in the Missouri legislature. The conversations I had with the senators and representatives typically took place in their tiny, cramped offices. It was a struggle at times, but I endured. I got fired and have since been looking for employment. Any time I interview with a potential employer, I'm nagged by thoughts. Are they judging me on my size? Will they hire me even though I'm big? My weight has really ruined my chances of employment as an advocate for the deaf community. I have goals beyond employment. I feel like I'm at an impasse because I can't achieve those goals.
I wanted Coleman Dorito Pop.
Coolman's Dorito
Yeah.
Pops.
And I want one Carmine Dorito Pop.
How am I loading now?
Yeah.
97.73.
Hey, Ash, where your kids?
Thank you. Don't forget to do survey on the bakery. Thank you.
I'm an emotional eater. When I'm happy, I know how to maintain a healthy diet. But when I'm depressed or angry or stressed, I turn to my comfort food. My favorite is Taco Bell. I typically order a large quantity of food, as opposed to this container of 3 items and caramel apple empanadas. This will satisfy my hunger for a while. I started my bad eating habits around the age of 8. Members of my family also turned to food for comfort. That taught me that coping through eating was acceptable. This habit has perpetuated for almost 30 years now. I use food to cope with stress. I know I need better ways to deal with my stress. Where's my favorite shirt? Ah, there it is. Ah, but there's none in my size. Let's see, will a 2X work? Nope. It's sad that I can't find my favorite shirt in my size. This is my favorite movie. The Goonies. 2X is all they have. I need a 3X or a 4X. I have to go to specialty stores for big and tall sizes. I can't shop at Kmart, Walmart, Sears, J.C. Penney's. They all don't have my size. So I'm forced to buy whatever the big and tall stores have. They always have such a limited selection. Because of this, I typically only shop for clothes once every 2 years. I buy several outfits and wear them until they're old and worn. I don't have the chance to run to Walmart and shop for clothes while I'm grocery shopping. I have no family, no children, no spouse. I've only had 4 relationships since the age of 22. The first one only lasted 18 months, and the other 3 only a month or 2. They were also long-distance relationships. This means that I haven't realized my dreams of having a family. I want children to raise, teach, and to pass on my legacy. My weight is the reason my relationships didn't work out. It's very frustrating to ask somebody out to hear, "You're not my type." I'm a good man. I have a lot to offer. Nobody has been able to look past my weight. I don't know if I'll ever have a family. It's your turn. Yellow? Dang it! Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you're funny. Pick a color. I'm out. Oh, well, red. It's red. See, you lucked out. She's mean. Right, you're mean. There you go. No, no, no. You can't take it back.
No.
Yeah, no, you can't take it back. I did, I can.